I apologize for I was unkind, and I wish that I could go back in time, erase our goodbyes, and rewrite my life. But come rain or come shine, I'm gonna do right this time. I apologize, honest and true. Oh, because I know I was wrong. So I sing you my song. And I'm gonna make it up to you. Oh, girl, I apologize. Woo, 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 woo. Messing up another song. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. What's up, y'all? This is Tom. And I am here to review season 5, episode 8. Is episode 8 already? Of Tyler Perry's soap opera comedy drama, The Oval. And that song, I apologize. Hey. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. We're dedicating that to Simone because she got down on her knees to apologize to Priscilla, and that, not to Priscilla, I'm sorry, to apologize to Victoria, and that pissed me off. But before I get into this episode, did I say what I was here for? Yeah. Before I get into this episode, which is titled Sorry Not Sorry, this is episode 8. Y'all know what I gotta do. Listen, I heard y'all, my lovely subscribers. I mentioned I wasn't gonna sing in the top of these videos no more. And y'all was like, I heard you loud and clear. Say what? What you say? Your boy Coy was like, nah, this is an order. So, sir, yes, sir. It was Coy and CG and all the rest of y'all said, nah, you gotta keep singing. So I heard y'all. I'm gonna keep singing. All right, and we dedicating that song to Simone. Now, before I get into the review, let me give a shout out to my lovely subscribers: Anthony White, Savannah Rivers Amore, Karima Khadijah, Miss Tasha, the R.C. Kroger, Susan Stewart, Quiet Guy, Raindrop, Randall Brown, Coy Gary, CG, Feld Foster Dog Mom, Lamont Simpson, Always Mimi, Calendria Antonelli. I feel like I'm missing somebody. You know who you are. Simply Be Yourself 100. How you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. And all the rest of you wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you for always holding me down in the comment section, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, keeping this channel going and growing. That's right. Let's keep it going. Now, with that being said, let's get down to this episode. All right. Sam is at the Ragadushi camp, and the Ragadushi soldier. That was quite a funny scene. The Ragadushi soldier was all tough. You know, you tough when you got the gun. He's like, questioning him and what you doing over here and all this other stuff. But, you know, he's not as skilled or as trained as Sam. So Sam was able to get the gun from him and get him down on the ground. And Sam was like, now put these handcuffs on. And I asked you, did you see that boy? Talking about Jason. Did you see that boy? Where is he at? I don't believe you. Cuffed him up. Told him, now get your big ass up. I was cracking up when he said that. Then we seen that Sam has taken him and put him in the van. So Sam got this soldier and he's going to do some questioning. But how hilarious was that how tough the guy was with the gun. And then as soon as Sam flipped it out on him, the guy was much bigger than Sam too. Sam flipped him over, took the Negro, sit still. He was a total different person. So that when he said, get your big ass up, that was my favorite part. All right, but moving right along, let's get on down to Victoria and Eli. What was this thing before she got into Eli's office, her doing all that with Max? I didn't understand all that. Max, you know, how are you today? I've always liked you. That got on my nerves. Then she goes into the office to speak to Eli, who I can't stand. And he's telling her, you know, I let her out. She's coming here to apologize to you. She's like, you think she's going to really apologize to me? I told her that we was, he said, I told her that was a lie. And she really is believing me. So you got to make this work. You got to help me. You got to, stick with the story. And she's like saying she don't believe it, whatever. And then she's like, we got to find my son, talking about Crazy Jason. And he says, yeah, I know that my wife helped them move Jason. But, she said, well, you got to find out what's going on. She said, well, I can't do too much because I got to pretend that I'm on her side. So he's double-crossing his wife. The wife is working with the feds. It's all craziness. And he told her, you need to be nice to my wife, though, so this can all work out. Now, y'all know Victoria and nice is like water and electricity. They just don't mix. So I don't see how that's going to happen, her being nice. That's ridiculous. Then we move on to Alan getting out of jail. And who's picking him up, who got him out of jail, was none other than Kyle. And they had that back and forth banter that got on my nerves. And of course, Kyle was taking him to Donald. And, he has to stay alive or whatever. When Donald questions Alan, I was just annoyed with that whole thing. He questioned Alan. He's trying to question him about these drugs. Because he's on to him. He's like, the president overdosed, right? And he's like, you don't seem to care. No, Alan don't care. Because remember, the president was screwing Alan's girlfriend, who was, she was for the streets, man. I don't know why Alan was so head over heels for her. She was for the streets, Alan. So anyway, Alan's playing along. Donald tells him, listen, man, I'm going to need you to go to the White House, go to my office, watch things because Eli has suspended me. I thought you was fired, but he's saying he was suspended. So I was saying to myself, finally, security is doing their job because, when he fired Donald, 2 or 3 episodes back, Donald was still parading up and down the White House, going down to the bunker, going into the president's bedroom. So now he's finally staying home. I'm like, oh, security's kicking in now, and finally realized that he was still on the site when he was supposed to be removed. So I was like, that was interesting. Now, a scene that annoyed me. The President Crackhead Hunter has been annoying me this whole episode. He annoyed me this whole episode, just the way he behaved. He calls in Richard with that whole thing with taste the soup. I thought that was gross. I don't want you tasting no soup that I got coming. I don't care if we got separate spoons. That's unsanitary if we are not. You do that with your girlfriend. You do that with your wife. You do that with the kids sometimes. But even then, here, that's yours, that's mine. He comes in there. Richard comes in there, and the president's like, taste the soup. Priscilla comes in. He says, you taste it too. Priscilla was like, I ain't tasting that. Richard is acting like Stephen Fetch. Oh, well, I brought 2 spoons for you. Richard was getting on my nerves too because he's just so, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes. Listen, this is the president. Why is everybody so, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir? That irritates me. It's always irritating me with this show, how everybody just, sir, 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 sir. Just call him Mr. President or something like that. So anyway, I love the way Priscilla was standing up to him. She's like, no. And I was so glad because it was irritating me the way he was speaking to them. And she told him about himself. But the crackhead president is also a pervert too. So he was not really fazed by what she was saying. He was like, oh, I like her. She got spunk. And he starts saying some really degrading things. Or, I like your big booty. And, I want to taste more than the soup. And she was like, look, you out of order. And then she even then she left and she came back. She said, Richard, let's go. Richard not go. She said, Richard, let's go. And the president was saying all these ridiculous over-the-top things to Priscilla. And Priscilla said, you know what? You're a creep. You need to be ashamed of yourself. And she called him a racist. And he said, how am I a racist? My wife is black. My kids are mixed. She said, yeah, and where are those kids? And that shut him up. He was like, yeah, where are my kids? By the way, where's his daughter? We know Crazy Jason is on the run. But you know where his daughter's at? She's on Power Book 2 Ghosts. She got a new show. It probably paid more. The actress, she's on that show. It probably pays more than this show. That's probably why we ain't seeing her no more. Y'all not even gonna recast her or nothing? I mean, we need the daughter back. By the way, Was I the only one? I'm going back. I'm going off the rails a little bit. Was I the only one that liked the grandmother when I was mad when Crazy Jason killed the grandmother. I like the grandmother. I wish they would have kept her. And where is Victoria's father? They need to bring him too. They bring him back too. But anyway, that scene was pretty good. And then Priscilla and Richard will go in the kitchen, and this scene made me laugh. In walks Victoria, and Priscilla was like, "This bitch." I'm like, I love how Priscilla is just like, she don't care. She's not threatened by them. She's not going to let them speak to her any kind of way. And she let Richard know, I'm not doing it. They're not speaking to me any kind of way. I'm not having that. So Victoria pretty much told them, listen, the second lady is coming over today, so I want you to prepare some tea for us to bring it into the West Wing and blah, 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 blah. And that was that. So then we get to that scene, Simone and Victoria. Why Victoria got they looking like a choir back there. That's how many Secret Service members was behind them. I'm like, what is all these secrets? And Simone was like, this is for me. She had one guy, she had Bobby, and Victoria had like a whole crew. She was like, oh, that's the for me. She said, no, that ain't for you, dear. That's to keep me from jumping on you. Nah, stop fronting, Victoria. You know that Simone whooped that ass and threw you over that balcony. Like she said, Bobby, you might need to come up here with me because I might throw her over this balcony again. Now, this is where I was disappointed. I like the little jabs and the banter between the two of them. But Mr. Perry, if you listen, or anybody that knows him, send this to him and tell him, Mr. Perry, we enjoy, I'm going to speak for myself. I enjoy the Dynasty style cat fights and foolishness and ridiculous. You should have let them fight again. But I guess I hear, because Priscilla was saying, I keep saying Priscilla, Victoria could get this woman arrested. I'm like, but she's the second lady, so why would she get arrested for assault? That's ridiculous. But anyway, you should have let them fight. I just knew they was going to fight. That's what I wanted in that scene. But no, they just had her taking little jabs and Simone being the bigger person and her making these insults about Simone's cheap purse and her cheap outfit. Simone looked real nice. She looked real nice in that outfit. Victoria was hating, definitely. And I like how Simone said, oh, you really like this. But then she told her, if you truly are sorry, get down on your knees. That pissed me off because I can't stand nobody that don't have no dignity or no pride. I ain't getting on my knees. I'm like, oh God, please don't get down there. But this is let me tell you what I was expecting. She said, and don't use my nice pillows, because Simone took the pillows off the couch and got down on her knees. Nah. Mr. Perry, if you're listening, can next time, can it just be a big fight? That's what I like, the foolishness. So what should have had happened, I thought she was going to take that pillow when she pretend to kneel and then take that pillow and hit her in the face with the pillow and then throw her over the couch. I thought we was going to get another cat fight throwing vases at each other and I wanted hair pulling and body slamming, making it act a fool. That's when this show is at its best, when it's over the top like that. I want a good laugh. I want some foolish. Listen, remind me of back in the day of Dynasty. Listen, my mother used to watch Dynasty, and I'll be sitting right there sometimes. Sometimes you're supposed to go to bed, but sometimes, she'll let you, sometimes she don't realize she ain't sent me to bed, and I'm watching Dynasty with them, watching them women fight, and I'm like, ooh, this is like wrestling. So basically, that's what I wanted to happen here. I wanted them to, go at it, but that's not what happened. Simone stayed civil as Victoria continued to make little pot shots, but she held her own. And then Priscilla comes in with the tea, bring the tray of tea. And so I'm thinking, oh yeah, now we're going to really get a fight. Because she said to, Victoria was telling Simone, tell her what you thought. And then she said, she thought I was messing with her husband. But no, I wasn't messing with her husband. I was messing with yours. And she says, oh, wow, she wants to fight me too. Right then and there, I was like, this is where Priscilla's going to hit her with to pour some hot tea on her or something, or punch her in the face. Nope, there was no fight. So I was disappointed. I was looking for something to make me laugh. I wanted some foolishness. But they did not do that. They did not do that. They didn't do it. Then we had some scene with Alan and Dale pretty much, because Alan had to go back to his house to get dressed so he could go to the White House. And Dale is like, listen, I didn't come here for all this foolishness. I came to get away from my homophobic parents and all this other stuff. And now I got to deal with this. I don't want to be, my life is in danger. You talking about why did I put the stuff back in the box? Why wouldn't I? I'm right here. You told me to stay in the apartment. I haven't left this apartment. Meanwhile, Kyle is out there waiting for him. All of that was somewhat entertaining, but I was like, okay, I want more. Then we get to the final scene, and that really pissed me off. Now, they had Kareem, and they had Scary Alonzo, whatever his name is, bring Kareem to the president, and the president wants to know, I got those drugs from your pharmacy, and they nearly killed me. Guess what? Drugs will do that. They're drugs. Regardless, you got a bad, it's drugs. Oh, and that nearly killed me. And Kareem, so he wants Kareem to tell him what happened with those drugs. They were laced with fentanyl, and who did it? You said you got it from your cousin. What's your cousin's name? And Kareem held his ground. He was not giving his cousin's name, and that was pissing me off. The president is going way too far. That whole scene just annoyed me to no end. And Alonzo got on my nerves because now you want to rough him up. But that made me laugh, though, when he punched Kareem in the stomach. Then, his own chest hurt because just a few hours earlier, he got shot 5 times, even though he had his vest on, but it still hurt. So I thought that was funny. So he's like, listen, you're going to tell me what I need to know. And Kareem held his ground. He said, sorry, I'm not going to tell you. He said, well, listen, let me tell you. If you don't, I shot that man earlier. I shot him. And if you don't, I will blow your brains out, get the DNA, and track down every family member until I find your cousin. That ain't going to happen. That don't even make no damn sense. I'm glad Kareem was like, well, I guess you're going to have to do what you got to do, bro. And so after that happened, pow, he shoots. Kareem falls to the ground. I guess Kareem is dead, right? We'll have to see next week. Who knows? Just the foolishness that goes on, just ridiculous. So I thought this episode was all right, but I wanted that. I wanted some action. We did get a little action when Sam beat up the Ragadushi dude. Well, unarmed him. But I wanted more. But that's it. That's all I thought. I thought the episode was decent. Tell me your thoughts. What did you think about it? And please check out my review of Rustin that I did. It's on, I did a review of Rustin. I did a review of Raising Kanan as well. Rustin is on Netflix. It's about the civil rights leader, Bernard Rustin. It's a very good film. So check out my review. It's down here below. But that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.